Good evening. Hello, conscious creators. It's Thursday evening and it's 7 o'clock. Time for the Conscious Creators Toolbox. So, welcome, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, conscious creators. Welcome to the Conscious Creators Toolbox. On Thursday, it's July the 16th. We are on the downside of 2020, the beginning of the decade of 2020. And it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy ride. Crazy ride. How's everybody doing out there? How you enjoying your summer? Is it hot enough for you? It's hot in Marietta, Georgia. I tell you, it was 90 degrees today. And then some, I think. Kind of wait a little bit, kind of hesitate a little bit, and then get to see if we got to get anybody coming in. Hopefully we will see some company coming in. Say hello. Hi. I see somebody there. Hello. How you doing? Good evening, conscious creators. This is Jean. I'm Jean Aaron. I am a life coach by profession, spiritual teacher by passion and desire, I think, and calling. Sometimes I feel like the call. So I'm a life coach, accountability coach. My style of coaching is actually partnering with my clients, being a co-creator with them, if you would. We all creators. So I partner with them to create whatever it is that they're working on. You know, where they come to me with, I won't say issues, but just dilemmas, I call them. I call them dilemmas or blockages or limitations, things that are restricting their ability and their powers to attain and to achieve the things that they set out to achieve. So we partner together. It's always something that we should all realize, that we don't create and we don't manifest alone. We do better when we have a partner. We do better when we have a co-creator, a co-manifester, if you would. So that's what I do. I partner with them to help them identify some of the limitations or the restrictions that they might find, the obstacles that they might find in the way of them achieving their goals and acquiring the success that they're reaching for and they're aspiring to accomplish. So that's what I do. That's my style of coaching. I have a couple of people that I partner with. Right now I'm partnering with more really a huge team called Achieve Today. Actually, that's who I'm kind of working with them currently to get an advanced certification in life coaching and mentoring. Hopefully, after I receive this certification, I think it's a 16-week course. I think 16 weeks to finish. So I kind of take a little time off here and there. So I'll get it before the end of the year. I'll have that advanced certification and maybe even a book out of it, because my mentor's talking about, using my journal as a kickoff for a book. So we'll see if he manages to talk me into that. But anyway, I am a life coach by profession, and by passion, I spiritual teacher. I consider myself a light worker in the area of manifestation. I have a passion for really seeing people manifest their lives, the life that they dream about, rather than what they end up with, and they I didn't mean to create this for myself, because we're all creating our realities, and we're all creating the lives that we're living day by day, every day. Today I'm working on something for sometime in the future, tomorrow, the next day, next year, next week, next whatever. So we're always creating, and sometimes when we're not doing it deliberately, or we're not doing it with purposeful intentions, we get, oops, I didn't mean to do that, or where did that come from, or can I start all over? So what I try to do, and I try to encourage my clients and my friends and my family, is to, be intentional about your life. Be on purpose about your living, live your reality, live your truth, your authentic self, and sometimes it takes a while to get, all the mask off and all of the fluff that we have in and around our lives, and who we are, and who we're told that we are, who people convince us that we are and who they call us, the names and titles and labels that they put on us, and we put on ourselves, and we accept these things too. But after we get rid of all of that, we get down to the real Jean or the real you, the real Tom, the real Barbara, the real Shayna, the real Joy. We get down to the real you, and you start looking at what is your life all about? What is it that you as that person that came here? What was it that you came here to do? What was your purpose in being here? So that's where I come in. I like to help people identify that and get down to the nitty gritty of their authentic self, and start manifesting a life on purpose rather than a life that's an oops, my bad kind of thing. Hi, love you too, love you back, love you back. So that's what I do. That's what I do by profession. I came out of the corporate world. I'm just kidding. I'm just killing a little time here, getting some folk coming in. Hello, I see some folk coming in. Good afternoon, good evening. It's Thursday evening, and it's the Conscious Creators Toolbox. It's an opportunity to take a look at your creative powers or creative abilities up close and personal, and kind of take them out of that bag and sharpen them and sharpen them so we can put them to real use. So that's what we're doing tonight. That's what we do every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, about an hour and a half or so. I am back home tonight. I'm usually at the Interfaith Truth Center on I think it's 4971 Austell Road in Austell, Georgia, USA. I'm usually there on Thursday night, but tonight I didn't have a guest, and it's just me. I didn't have a guest, and I didn't have any audience or a company coming in or anybody help coming into the toolbox tonight, the workshop. So I decided to do it from my house because I'm comfortable here. I've been hanging out here most of the day today anyway. So I decided to stay at home and do it from the coolness of my house tonight. So welcome to the Conscious Creators Toolbox. I am Jean Aaron, and like I was saying before, I'm one of you, a conscious creator, conscious, aware, and living life on purpose with intention, and got a plan where I'm going. And hopefully that's what we all are doing as conscious creators, conscious manifestors, people that are aware of the direction that we're taking, the steps that we're moving forward to anyway. Somebody said to me, how do you know where you're going how do you know which direction to take if you don't know which way you're starting? So that was a funny question. It was a good question. So I'm going to meditate on that one a little bit. Maybe I can come back with something smart, because I think they were trying to stump me. But anyway, welcome to the Conscious Creators Toolbox, Thursday night. Opportunity to, like I said, look at your creative powers. This month, in fact, the past 2 months, about this past 6 weeks, we have been looking at Lightworkers, and we're going to continue to look at Lightworkers tonight. But we're going to do it. I'm just going to share with you tonight. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the characteristics and what is light work all about, and who is it and what is it. So we're going to talk a little about that, a little definition, a little dictionary. I'm going to go into some theory, I guess, for you, like they say in school. We're going to talk a little theory, and then we're going to, you saw the practicalities of it because you met some of my friends, some of the light workers that it's kind of in a network of folk that I kind of associate and I know. We started out meeting with Sandra Gawasi, and she was a Brazilian from Brazil, and she was from Brazil, and I was a light worker as well. She does Reiki. She's a Reiki master. She's also a hypnotherapist. Amongst other things, she has a master's degree in psychology, so she's also a psychologist. I would imagine she would consider herself that. I don't really consider myself a psychologist with a master's, but we all kind of label ourselves, however. But she is a psychologist. She also does a little work with helping people with identifying their angels, and she's also a yoga teacher. She instructs, has a couple of yoga classes that she does. So she was a kind of a jack of a light worker of many trades, if you would. So she was not only a healer, but she was a healer. She's a healer and amongst other things. So you got to meet her on the first evening, and then we moved on to a Reiki master who is actually my little sister. I just kind of took her under my wings, and she's my sister in light work. Elizabeth Gaiman, and she was adorable. I hope that you remember and recall her. And I hope that if you have a need for a Reiki master, she's very close by. She's one of the, she's on staff at Interfaith Truth Center. She's there, and I believe she's there every day that they're open, and I think they're still doing Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays right now, and I think it's like from 12 to 6 or 1 to 6 or something like that. I don't know, I'm kind of off a little bit because I haven't looked at their calendar lately. But anyway, you can still give them a call and find out their schedule. Interfaith Truth Center is what they're called, and they're Austell Road in Austell, Georgia. So she's there, and like I said, she's a Reiki practitioner and a master, and she was also a tarot reader. She kind of introduced herself as that. She didn't tell you that she was Native. She was part Native American, and she is acquainted with some of the powwows that the Native Americans, that their events and their parties, if you would. So she was kind of, but they're a little bit more than parties. So I'm not going to make it light here. I'm going to make it serious because they're a lot more. The powwows are a lot more than just a party. It's usually it's spiritual. It has some spiritual aspects about the majority of the other powwows as well. So she was that was Elizabeth, and then after that we had Joel Biak, and Joel is from the Philippines, and he is a Reiki master as well. And in fact, I've been featuring Joel's heart activation sessions on the group page on every afternoon. I try to do it at noon in the afternoon. I think I missed it today because I had an appointment and I kind of got my schedule shifted around a little bit, so I wasn't able to get him out there. But that general session, if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't had a chance to actually sit through it, you really should. I'm going to just suggest that you should. My recommendation I'm going to be your life coach tonight. As your life coach, I recommend that as a homework for you. The next time you get an opportunity to see, and I'm going to make sure that I post it tomorrow at 12, sit down and just kind of, experience it. And if you don't, I'm going to tell you, if you cannot get anything out of it mentally, I will promise you that if you sit and you really give yourself to it and open your heart to it, you will get something out of it spiritually and emotionally, and you will, sometime in the future, you will see and note a difference in your heart chakra, and that energy and that love and that the in and outflow of that, and just sit with them. I think it's about a 15 or 20 minute session. He kind of walks you through some of it, and it's a meditation. It's a kind of a downtime for you. It is a form of meditation, so do it. You owe it to yourself to meditate at least once a day. More than once, but at least once. So check Joel Biak out in the afternoons on the group page. You also had an opportunity to meet another tarot reader who had almost 40 years experience of reading tarot cards, and she gave you in-depth understanding or in-depth information about the cards and the readings, and talked about the energy and how the cards are, how she reads the cards, and she also kind of shared that each tarot reader is different, just like all light workers are different. All light workers approach their passion and their love and whatever their healing, whatever they're doing, they approach it with their themselves, their authentic person who came here with that purpose as part of their mission. So they all do it with the love and the passion, and and I want to talk a little bit about what is a light worker, and how do you get there. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we also met with, last week. It was kind of fun. It was really kind of a seesaw ride for you, because we had Larry Bloomberg, who I considered one of the calmest people that I know. Okay, he's very, very. I wanted to say cool, but he's not. Cool ain't it. He is just very, very calm and very. If you need to, if you're flying high and you need to settle down, and I don't want to take any meds or whatever, give Larry a call. He will. He has a way of just talking to you, and all of that just kind of and smooths it out. So Larry was here with us last week, and talked a little bit about he's an ordained minister. He's an ordained preacher. He's a preacher teacher. And he's also a hypnotherapist, and he's also a massage therapist too. I didn't really, I think I knew that in the past, but it was kind of, it kind of, sorry, oh wow, that's right, he is a massage therapist as well. I love massages, by the way. So I may have to look Larry up sometime for a massage. But anyway, he is a massage therapist, a hypnotherapist, and he's an ordained minister. And he studied, and remember, I think we told you that he was a Cobb County school teacher, but he did a disclaimer, and I won't go into disclaimer today because, school's going to be back in a few weeks. Larry, I'm sorry, you got to go back to work. But anyway, he may not. He may be doing some phone calls. I don't know. Cobb County and Georgia's doing some shifting and juggling around with the COVID situation. So, and the rest of the country is, in fact. I don't want to blame it all on us. We don't have the tabs on it, but we don't know yet what's happening. But I will say, all you parents out there, I'm a grandma, okay, so I can be cool. I can kick back, put my feet up, But all you moms and dads with those little people that are between the ages of 5 and 18, 17, whatever, school will start in some form or fashion. It might start with, sitting at the kitchen table again like they left off last year, or it may be, wearing some mask and, sitting your kids down and having a nice long talk to them about social comfort, being socially comfortable, or distance. They call it distance. I call it comfort. So may have to talk about that. So, tune into your system, your school system, your school board. They publicize their meetings. They meet on TV. They've always done that. They have a government network here in Georgia where they meet, and so you can tune in and find out what's going on. Go to those websites and see what's happening. If you're not a member of the PTA, pay those $2.50 or $7, whatever it is now. I don't know. I started $2 when I had kids in school, but it's probably more now. But anyway, join the PTA so you can get the newsletters coming into you, so you can find out what's going on with the school system, because we still have responsibility of educating our children. So don't let August, whatever date comes around, and you're not ready. The kids haven't you haven't got the kids ready to go to school. So moms, dads, school is going to start in a few weeks. August rolls around, in just a few more weeks. So just get ready and find out, how we're going to do this. If we're going to have to, clean the kitchen table off and, or set up a classroom somewhere in the basement or whatever we have to do, because we still are responsible for making sure that our kids are educated. And if there is any time that it's very expedient that you partner with your school system, this is now. COVID made it an absolute necessity that you partner with your school system, that you partner with your teachers, you get to know what does curriculum mean. You get to know what is a lesson plan. You'll get to know all of that stuff, which we should have known before. We should have understood what our kids would have presented with every day in a classroom, but now we're forced to know it. And it's going to be a good knowing. Trust me, it's going to be a good knowing. Your kids are going to look at you in a whole different light if we get to go through, and because they did after last year, they're going to look at you in a whole different light if you get to go through another school year with them, sitting at your kitchen table, or having your classrooms at home set up some way. They're going to be looking at you in a whole different light, and your relationship is going to take a whole different level. And that's the good part of all of this craziness, this madness, this uncertainty. The good part about it is it's drawing families together, and it's drawing us out of ourselves into some of the responsibilities that we had foregone in the past, and too bad we're forced to take responsibility. I'm sorry, but sometimes that happens, and then sometimes we get into it and we sweat a little bit, and we grumble and we moan and groan. But we know who we are. We step up our game, and we be mom and we be dad and grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles or whoever, and support our children, because that's we are that's our job. That's what That's part of what we. That's part of our labels. That's part of our design when we have the responsibility of children. So get involved in the schools. Get involved. Find out. Start finding out if you don't already know. Find out now what's going to be happening in a few weeks with the kids and going back to school. And I wish I could tell you. I don't know, but I know that they are going. They're going to be educated in some way or another. Let's see what else I want to say. Was that I mentioned? Oh, I did forget one person. One person that we had last week, and it was Asar. Asar Kim. He was with us, and he called himself a transformational guide. I like that, a transformational guide, because we're all transforming. We are evolving into every day. We are a new person. You know, we are new and we're evolving, and sometimes we just do it because we just do it. And what he does is he has a passion to help guide you through that evolution that you're having, that you're going through, and helping you understand all of the dimensions that you are. And I'm not going to try to recall everything that he said, because he said so much. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that interview a few times, because he was so full of passion, and he was so energized, like he was the Energizer Bunny on steroids last week. So he shared a lot with us, and I hope you got a chance to hear him. If you did not, you can get that interview on our YouTube channel. And it was just last week, so whatever the date was last week, I think it was the 9th or something like that. So check it out if you did not get to hear Larry and Asar. They were night and day. They were calm and off the chain, but they both had just really a wealth of information to share about light work and what they did in themselves. So that's what we've done so far. We've had Reiki masters, we've had yoga instructors, we've had tarot readers, we've had spiritual teachers, we've had transformational guides, we've had hypnotherapists and ordained ministers, preachers, and teachers to come in and talk about their light work. And I don't know, hopefully that you gain some information out of it. I was hoping tonight to have a friend to come in to talk with us about yoga. And there's so many different types of yoga that I can't even begin to tell you. I have practiced yoga in the past and know a little bit about hot yoga and just yoga, plain yoga. But there's so many others, and they're all rooted in meditation. It's all meditative movement, and you're connecting with all your energy and those centers and your chakras, and getting yourself balanced and everything. So if I am going to try to get someone, it may not be during this particular light work sessions that I'm doing now, because the couple of people that I've contacted, one was she was getting ready to go to some meeting in New Mexico or somewhere. I think she said she's going to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, kind of a retreat thing. So she wasn't available, and couldn't get anybody. They're just having trouble, connecting with, the schedule, the Thursday schedule with everybody. And I really prefer to do it live, have them come and just be a live guest rather than record them. I think it's better. It just feels better for me anyway. So that's our Lightworker series. It's pretty much over. Tonight is going to probably be, unless I'm lucky enough to snag me a yoga master or yoga teacher. This is probably going to be the end of the Lightwork sessions or series that I had intended for June and July. So, but tonight, I don't really have any announcements. I think I did want to kind of mention a few things. I'm kind of still killing a little time, but I did want to mention a couple of things. I know that I have a workshop that we have scheduled in August, and it was habits, how your habits affect you reaching your goals, and be they good habits or bad habits or in between kind of habits, they still have an effect on your goals. So that was the workshop, how you line your habits up to meet your goals, and they don't get in the way of your goals, or stop the success, the things that you've mapped out for yourself to do. So that workshop is, we received, we were having a limited amount of seats. First of all, we were only going to offer 12 seats, and we got several people, quite a few people called and wanted to know, why don't we consider doing it as a remote and transmit it, like Zoom or something like that, because they weren't ready to jump off into an enclosed classroom yet, and we thought about it, and I took it back to the team and back to the partner, the young lady that I'm going to be actually working with, actually at her facility. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and we're going to kind of back off. We're going to postpone that date. It was starting on August the 5th. We will not start it on August the 5th. What we're going to do is we're going to look at possibly doing it as a Zoom, just doing it online as a Zoom or some other venue, so that we could have everybody comfortable, because we feel like it's a very good workshop idea for a workshop. It was requested. I think Gail's clients had asked her, about doing something like this in the past. So we kind of got together and put our heads together and said, yeah, I would love to do that. So we got to do it. We're going to probably if we do it as a Zoom project rather than in person. We can offer more seats than 12, and we can also do it it's going to be a 4 session, so we may be able to do it in a week, like maybe do it Tuesday, Thursday night one week and Tuesday, Thursday night the next week, and just do it and get it over with, rather than do it once every week. So we're looking at that. The team and I are all looking at that, and hopefully we'll come up with a decision about how we want to do it in the future. For those of you who have already, sent their, the intention of actually registering for the class, for the workshop, I will be back in touch with you with some information. If you happen to be listening in, I'll be back with you with some information about the dates and how we're going to actually do it. Because I think that most of you anyway wanted to know if we would consider doing it as a online rather than in person. So, we take your advice. We're taking that all into consideration. So we have postponed it. We'll not start on the 5th of August. So we'll try to get everything lined up before the 5th so that we can let you know what we're going to do thereafter. So sorry about any inconvenience. If you had thought about maybe coming out to Windy Hill Road in Marietta to do it. In fact, you can be anywhere in the country if we do it in Zoom. So we could open it up to more than just, the people here locally. So that's a good thing too. So that's actually the only announcement I had to share with you. I do want to again just remind you that we are a public group page, and we're going to continue to be public. We are kind of focusing ourselves on, getting a few moderators and more active admins who's more active as far as posting. Because right now, the only people that post are the administrators and the moderators, and we want. If you're interested in being a moderator, actually making some active posts on the group page, inbox me, let me know, message me, and let me know that you're interested, because we would like, some content from you, and at least until we get to be private. When we get to be private, we'll open it up to all members. But right now, we just kind of want to restrict it. Right now, we're limited to administrators and moderators for posting. So if you're interested in actually, contributing to the post on the group page, please message me. Let me know that you would be interested in being a moderator or administrator, so that we could get some more content, a little bit more variety of content. And I won't say a wide variety, because basically we are conscious, aware, enlightened, spiritual. We still remain in that realm. So we're not going to post any cooking classes or any recipes or things like that, unless it's a recipe for love, or recipe for tolerance, or recipes for all those things that wake you up So if you're interested in, being one of our contributors to posting, please let me know. Just message me to let me know that. All right. So tonight we are talking about light workers and what is a light worker. And I think we said, are you a light worker? Are you a light worker? Are you a light worker? You met some light workers, and they had specific, passions and specific practices that they were involved in, and they were all a nice variety, a variety of services they offered and focuses on whatever. Like for instance, Joel, he's very, very tuned into the heart chakra. That your heart, and that the he called it a new love, but it's not a new love. It's a Christ love. I think something that I want to talk about in the future is I do want to talk about love. I want to talk about love because that is actually the epitome of the positive energy. Okay, it's just the height of it is love. Everything good, all of the good vibrations, all of the good positiveness comes out of love, and we know that all of the negative and the dark stuff comes out of fear. So I want to talk about love and fear as one of as our powers that we use or we default to in the case of fear. But we'll talk about that. But anyway, look, all of them had different focuses that they did. They were into. I know Elizabeth she's a healer, and she really wanted to help you tune into your body and get to understand and feel and understand the energy and how it flows and how it contributes to your health and your well-being. That was her passion. And then tarot, Kathy was the tarot reader, and she wanted to help you understand that your energy and your thoughts created enough energy or enough energy that she could actually read the cards and help you understand what was kind of, what your energy was focused on or geared to. Geared to, I guess is what it was. But she also pointed out that even though this is what your energy and your subconscious and your thinking is leaning toward, you still had a conscious mind, and you still had in that conscious a free will that you can make a decision. Knowing what was in the cards is one thing, but actually doing what's in the card, that's your decision. That was your call, and she may have helped you understand the difference in that. And then, of course, there was, the hypnotherapist that would help you get into your subconscious and things like that. So we all, and then here I am, the manifester. I will partner with you to help you deliberately focus on manifesting the life that you want, rather than the life that I'm bad, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that kind of thing. So, we all have it. We all had it. And then when there's a transformer, the truth, we're all evolving, and there was Asar, he was helping you navigate that transformation that we go through, and that evolution, that evolving that we're doing constantly from day to day, from moment to moment. We're evolving into a new person all the time. So all of us have a different thing, but we're all light workers. And I looked up the definition of light worker, and the dictionary didn't have a definition, I don't think, but I did online. Internet did. Internet had it. Internet said that a light worker is one who assists others in reaching a higher level of consciousness, also called an intuitive being, empaths, and healers. Okay? Now, I think that each one of them pointed out to you in some way or another, in their talking, in their lecture, in their sharing, they pointed out to you that we were all light workers, that we were all light workers, and we are. Everybody's a light worker. Everybody is helping one another or somebody else be better. Your parents helping our children be better. Friends help other friends be better. You are teachers. You are, whatever your work. Your work. If you are a public worker in government, then you're providing a service. You're providing a service that helps your community access services that will benefit them and be of service to them and help them. So we're all light workers in the sense of who we are, because we are a fragment of the source, and the source is pure light, and the source is the master creator, the master manifester, the master the master healer, the do all. Source does it all. God does it all. So we're chip off the old block, or chip off the gods. I know when I was a little girl, my grandmother used to call us little godlings. So you're a little piece of God. So you're all a piece of God. So we all have exactly what God has. All the same power, all the same, because we're created. We were created in the image and the likeness of God, of Creator. So whatever it is that Creator can do, and whatever it is that creators are made out of, we are made out of it too. And as I always say, it's just like you go to a sea and you dip a cup of water out of the sea. That's a cup of seawater. Well, you take a chip off the old block, or God the Creator. Then all the power that is God, that's God's, is yours. So God is Jehovah Rapha. That's what they call, I call it God of health, God of healing. So you are a godling of health. You are a healer. You're an empath. Absolutely everybody. I hear people talk about empaths. Absolutely every human being has empathy. Now, whether we use it and demonstrate it and walk in it and live in it, it's a different matter. But we have it. We have the ability to be empathetic, to be sympathetic, to be compassionate, to love, to do all the things that God does, and then some, so then some. But and the things that, well, God can do. He can have fear. He can have doubt. Because God is the whole. He's all the whole shebang. So He has the ability to do all that. So you do too. We do, and we do it. And sometimes we do it. We do it sometimes to the extreme. We get on that dark side, and we kind of get comfortable there, or we just feel like that's the place to be, so we just kind of hang out there. But we don't have to be there. We can be on the epitome of love, of joy, of happiness. So we all have the capacity to be light workers. The difference is that light workers that you met, and like myself, we have a passion for it. We understand that this is what we came here to do. We realized that before we were born into this earth, before we came into life, before we came into this bodysuit, that our desire was to come here and be healers, to heal, to help manifest, to help people overcome their restrictions and their limitations, so that they could manifest the life that they wanted and dreamed of, and they desired and they wanted. In my case, and there were people that wanted to help people, guide people into understanding and self-healing, understanding how their energy level works, and that's the Reiki masters. They wanted to do that. Hypnotherapists came here. Their passion, if they're passionate light workers, their desire is for you to understand that you have a subconscious that's like a computer that stores absolutely everything that's ever happened to you. Ever. You might not remember it unconsciously, but your subconscious knows absolutely every time you said I can't, or I could, or you were everything. Any and everything is stored like a computer. And a hypnotherapist will help you get in there when you need to. And it's a problem, it's creating a problem for you and your life and your happiness and your goals and the things that you're trying to manifest in your life. So that hypnotherapist, who's a light worker, can help you get into your subconscious and find out what's going on and do some changes, do some surgery, some doctoring work in there and change it up a little bit. So that's what the hypnotherapists do. Then you get the people like Asar. He came here with a knowing, and as he was sharing with you, he came here with a knowing of who he was, and he maintained it. That's rare. That's very rare, because what we do is when we come here, we'll come here as little babies, cute little babies, and probably before we can even talk, before we can even speak a word, we have already been told who we are. Who we are by mommy's and daddy's standards, by sisters and brothers' standards, by the babysitter standards, by the doctor's standards, by, the nurse that slapped you on the bottom, whoever, Everybody gets to tell you who you are before you can even talk. Okay? So then, consequently, you forget. Well, in Asar's case, he did not forget. He didn't forget. And hopefully you'll get to hear his interview. In his case, his passion, his light work attends to helping you understand that you don't have to remain asleep or in dozing. That this is who wake up. He can help you understand that and help you understand that process of awakening and moving yourself through that evolution to enlightenment and to ascension and just to the next level, to the next dimension or whatever. He can help you with that. So that was his passion. That was his mission, his purpose before he came here. And it's rare. Again, I'll say it's rare that you find somebody that remembers, that don't have to be awakened. He was already awake, and it was exciting listening to him say that. So light workers basically guide or help you, and with the passionate ones, help you become higher or more conscious. Awaken is one thing, but being conscious and aware and moving through that consciousness and that awareness into the next level, which would be enlightenment and on and on and on. That's a process. Life is a process. That's a journey that you take. And some of us take it and understand it's a journey, and some of us just take it and, we just take it and we just, another year, another day, another dollar, another woe or whatever. But when you're a light worker, you understand that life is a journey, and your mission, which you've taken, you've accepted, is to help other people understand what you understand, and how and through your relationship as a light worker with your higher power, with God, your creator, and with your team of spiritual guides and those angels and those partners on the other side, if you would. They help you pass on that understanding and pass on your teaching. And as long as you stay connected in that and don't get lost in who, I don't know, I won't even say lost in whatever, but just lost in distractions or whatever, then the better work you'll get done, the more you'll get done, the more you will see accomplished in your journey as a light worker and the journey of those that Creator brings into your way, into your purview, into your network to provide service and assistance to. Because we all have assignments of people that come in and out of our life. And again, whether you are aware that you are a light worker, or if you've accepted your purpose and your mission or whatever, you still have people that's coming into your life constantly to be taught something or to teach you something. Light workers as light workers, trust me, we do not ever stop learning. Not one day go by that we don't learn something and have a better understanding about something that we didn't understand the day before. And that would be true for anybody. That would be true for anybody that accepted their call of being a passionate light worker, or just a normal person. You're gonna have that opportunity because that's part of your journey. Again, remember, you don't create anything alone. You're not here by yourself. You're here to learn and to teach and to have and to experience those things that you planned or you hope that was your desire and your design before you got here. So hopefully you go through that and you get through that, and you can't do it by yourself. That's why so many of us in the world. But anyway, let me give you I want to share with you. I kind of found a list of characteristics that I wanted to share with you about who you were. And I think I'm going to try to see if I can get my computer to come up. My laptop is still in the hospital. They did call me and say that it should be back on Monday, so we'll see if that's going to be the case. I'm going to hesitate a little bit because the laptop that I'm borrowing, here it comes, it's coming up. This is just a list that I found online, and I looked at it, and it was very clear and very, it was kind of easy, easy breezy kind of to go through and to share with you. So I'm going to kind of walk through those. I think it's about 5 or 6 characteristics that I've kind of alluded to, kind of talked a little bit about already, but I'm going to see if I can, pull them up and give them to you. Give them to you so you can, you may want to take notes on them. I don't know. See if you, basically I want to give them to you so you can look and see if you find if they have any resonance with you, if you can see yourself in any of them. Y-E-E, let me call up this one here. There it comes. Okay. I'm not even going to name call. I'm going to say that. I just have to get used to somebody else's computer, somebody else's laptop. Once you have yours, everything is geared to your touch. And this one's not geared to my touch at all. In fact, there it goes. I was going to say it's thinking about maybe it don't know who I am. It's looking for its real owner. So anyway, hopefully, kind of walk you through next month. Next month we're going to be talking. We're going to in our toolbox. We try to do a topic every month. We have a special topic every month, and I'm kind of debating to do love and hate, love and fear as opposing energies, or something else. If you have an idea of a creative power, or something that gets in the way of your creative power that you would like for us to talk about, please shoot me a message. Inbox me, and give me those suggestions, because I'm open for suggestions, always for suggestions. So just let me know. Let me see. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. No, don't leave me. Almost there. It's just not my computer. So I have to talk real nice to it. It understands English though. That's good. It does understand English. I didn't borrow it from Sandra from Brazil. So it understands English. It's just a little bit. Okay, where am I? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. That's not it. That's it right here. Maybe it's it. Here it comes. Okay. What is the Lightworker? Now, I already told you, I kind of gave you the definition of the Lightworker. But these are some characteristics of it. And what I want you to do, first of all, I want you to just kind of imagine, just kind of imagine with me. Just sit back and just imagine a life of self-fulfillment and genuine happiness. Okay, just kind of imagine that. And imagine a life of incredible bliss. You're just happy and blissful beyond, there's no words for how blissful you are, and you're just the epitome of happiness and joy. And you don't have any labels. There's no labels on you. You're down to the authentic you. Just imagine that now. Imagine it. It's going to be kind of it's going to be kind of difficult because most of us have so many masks on that, we look in the mirror and we don't really recognize who we are. But just imagine. Imagine you are, there's no labels. You're down to the authentic you. Yourself, you don't have any self-created illusions about yourself. You just you're living your truth. You're walking Jean, you're walking Tessie, you're walking Joelle, you're walking, you are you. And you don't have any fears. Very optimistic. You're very extremely optimistic. You're open and optimistic. You're filled with love, not the fear-based love. You are filled with the love that, if you remember any of the stories about Jesus, you're filled with that kind of love. The love that, without any conditions, to take you just like you are. You didn't have to fix anything. You're okay. What you see is what you get, and you love what you get. And what I see is what I get, and I love what I see, and I love it. Imagine that. Imagine that. And imagine that you've got faith that will move a mountain. That you've got joy that is unstoppable. That's your strength. Like the joy of the Lord is His strength, and your joy is your strength. Nothing can move it. Nothing can shake it. Imagine it. You're imagining. This is all imagining, okay? Imagining. You're filled with inspiration. You don't wake up in the morning and scratch your head and try to figure out what to do. You get up and you go, and you know where you're going, and you get there, and you're joyful about it. And you're not surprised or angered or disappointed in anything. Everything that comes to you, you see it as a gift, and you love it, and you're proud of it, and you're thankful for it. You don't hesitate to express that thanks. Imagine it. Imagining. You're still imagining with me. And you have a life, or you know that there is a life, that you're on a journey, that there's always the next step of your journey, that you're always evolving. There's always something new. Every morning you get up, it's going to be a new day. That you don't have to worry about what happened yesterday, or be fearful of what's going to happen tomorrow. You're in the day, you're in the moment, and you love that moment, and you appreciate that moment. And that's all there is to you, is that moment. Imagination. Using your imagination, imagining all this. And you understand that there is a divine power. There's a divineness about you. Sometimes you don't really understand it. You feel it. You sense it. And it gives you, and you know that is the source of your joy. That's the source of that bliss, that you've reached it. You've reached it, and you have the power, and you have the know-how to hold on to it long enough to really, it's not a fleeting thing. Because, sometimes, as in our world, in the real world, not the imaginary world, bliss is bliss is something that is so elusive that if we get it, it's like holding water in our hands. It's just gonna, it's either gonna evaporate or drip right away. We don't hold bliss very long. But just imagine that you can hold on to bliss as long as you want to hold on to it. Well, a Lightworker helps you not only imagine that, but try to reach some of that at some point in your life, some point of your journey. Our desire, our passion is to reach that, to not have it be an imagination, not have it to be something that we have to meditate on and to conjure up. That at some point in our lives, at some point of our journey, Lightworkers help you grab it, experience it, hold on to it, love it, be excited about it, so that you anticipate it for the next moment or for the next opportunity. And you experience it, it's possible. So you reach for it, you search for it, you go for it. That's the job. The passion of a Lightworker is to help you reach all of that, all of every good and possible imagination that you can imagine, to help it become a reality for you. And even if it's for just a moment, but just to have the experience. That's what we're here for. That's what Lightworkers, passionate Lightworkers, are here to do, to help you know that every good thing that you can imagine, you can bring it into your reality. You don't have to sit out there in dreamland or an imaginary world if you can imagine it, you can make it happen for you. That's what we do. That's what light workers do. Help you know that you can be a healthy person, that you can, if you just shift that energy just a little bit, or balance that energy, or ground yourself, that you can have that relationship and that connection with your higher self. That sometimes it's elusive, or gets by you, or gets away from you without you really having the experience of it. I mean, I know people personally that has never had a relationship with their higher power, with God. And that hurts my heart. As an empath, that hurts us to the toes, because we know what they're missing without that connection, without experiencing that connection. So our passion is, I can't go to sleep and sleep peacefully knowing that you missed us. So, I'm going to use my energy and my power to love, and my power to support you and assist you, to send every bit of love I can to you, so that at some point in time, it will ignite something in you, that you'll start looking to, like my grandma said, looking to the hills from which cometh your help. That's what we would do. To have somebody in balance as a Reiki master in your presence, your energy will not be comfortable as a Reiki master if you're sitting next to somebody that's all out of balance. You're going to turn around and you're going to give them something, even if it's just a thought, an energy, just a little bit of light thought that goes to them, because you're not going to leave their presence broken and dismantled and disassociated as you found them. Okay, light workers, that's what light workers do. Light workers have that intuition and that sensitivity to hurt and broken and disconnectedness. And our passion is to fix it and to reconnect it, or create an environment where it can be reconnected, or you can find it. And we don't sleep in peace if we know this, if we know someone that we care about or we love is hurting and broken. And as simple as that. That's what light workers, that's the passion, that's the heart of a light worker. They can't rest if they see something broken. They can't. There was something else I was going to say, that as a light worker, light workers help others understand and honor their lives as an expression of love. Like Joel, I can use Joel as an example. He has this the heart activation sessions that he do, and basically he says that he's opening, he wants to open your heart up, and he wants to disconnect that old way of loving, and you want to reconnect and put in the new way of loving, Well, the old way of loving, that's a love of fear, love by default. I call it by default, but it's by fear. We want you to do the right thing. We want you to, we want everybody to love somebody. We want you to love, and like we have all these laws. Now, you remember the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not do all these things. Well, and if you didn't do them, or you did them, you came with a penalty. You came with, you got a slap on the hand, or you went to hell if you're a brimstone person, you went to hell and all that good stuff. Well, or bad stuff or whatever stuff. Well, the new love is you love because he loved you. You love because you are love, because that's all you know, because that is the authentic you. You can't do nothing but love. That's what Joel's new love is talking about. That's the Christ love. That's the love of that you will lay down your life for your brother kind of love. That's the love that, the state of Christ that, gave his life up for us. That kind of love. That unconditional kind of love. That love that comes without, I'm going to take you just like I found you, just like I see you. I'm not going to have to fix you to love you. I'm going to love you just like you are. And my love, just the love, if there's anything that needs to be fixed or whatever, it's not going to be me that does it. The love itself, which is a love of Christ. This is a God love. That's going to be the healer. Because actually, truthfully, that's exactly what the light workers use. That's the energy that they use. They use light and love. They use joy and happiness. They use health and wealth. They use prosperity and positivity. That's what they use to send your way in their healing practices. As healers, they don't have any magic that they're using. They're using the love of God, the light of the universe. That's what they're spreading and pushing and moving and directing to you, the ones that are sick and broken, to mend you and put you back together. That's a light worker. That's what light workers, they have the intuition, and they have given themselves over to be an instrument of that love, to be conduits of that love, to spread it and to direct it to the hurt, the broken, the blind, the sick, the shut in, all those things that the New Testament told us that we're here to do. We're here to heal the sick, open the eyes of the blind, feed the hungry, take in the orphans, take care of the widows and that's what the light workers do. They attend to all of those broken people, all of those things that we were told to take care of. And they have a passion for it, and they will not rest. They will not rest again. They will not rest. They will not have any peace until they do their jobs. That's what a light worker does. So, it's a passion, but it's not just a passion. Like I said, we all are. We all want to see our loved ones succeed, and to be well, and to have a good life. And if it's within our power as just human, not intuitive spiritual beings. Take that part out. Just as humans, just a regular human being who, just animated by the Spirit, by the way. But we want to see people. It's the goodness of us that want to see people better. But with the impact, with the light workers, they are burning with the passion of that. It's not just, I'm just going to go and I'm going to pray about this and I'm going to pray for them. No, they give themselves over to be used, to be the conduit of that love and that light, to heal and to bring healing to a sick and broken and a hurting world, to bring love, to help you overcome limitations in your creative abilities and your creative power, so that you can manifest the lives that you want, that you dream about, that you can imagine, that bliss, that bliss. Larry talked a little bit about that. Larry Bloomberg, who was with us last week, he talked a little bit about bliss in meditation, and he uses his directed meditation to help you get there or get closer to it. Get close enough that you can sense it. So if you can sense it, it's possible, and you can imagine it. So if you keep imagining it and imagining, guess what? You can make it happen. You can bring it up out of that subconscious, and you can remember who you are, whose you are, before you came here, before you and before somebody told you all those things that you were and gave you all those labels and those titles. Meditating, taking you to that point of blissfulness, and that just another inch more, if I just push just a little bit more, I can reach it. That's what light workers do. Light workers help you not only wake you up, the alarm clock can do that. The alarm clock can do that. Set the alarm, it'll wake you up. But to expand your consciousness, that takes a deliberate effort, and it's a journey. Once you are awake, the journey through consciousness to evolve through that consciousness it's a journey. And we don't travel it. We travel it. We have to take the journey on our own. But thank God, thank each other that we have each other to cross our paths and to walk that way with us a little bit. And then we go away and then go another way, and then we're getting ready to turn to this fork of the road, and voila, there's Asar, there's Elizabeth, there's Joelle, there's, there's my cousin, there's somebody that's going to meet me to go another few steps of the way. The goodness of creation, the goodness of God, the goodness of Creator, goodness of Source, is that we don't ever have to be feeling like we're alone. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. Because who we are and whose we are, it makes it a no-brainer that we will always have a source. We just have to reach for it. We just have to call for that source. And I don't want people to think it's disconnected from you, because there's an invisible connection that keeps us all one. And that invisible connection, that's source too. That's source too. And so don't think that you're ever, ever, ever separated from source, separated from God, separated from your higher self, because you're not. What it is your mental and your conscious earth person, it don't understand that. It doesn't understand that. But that spirit man in you, the spirit man, that's part that is God, knows that I'm just a call away. I'm just a call away. I'm just a turn my head away. And there, all I have to open my eyes, and there I am, right in the bosom, right in the heart of God at all times. Never am I disconnected from God, ever, ever, ever. And it's not a distant God. He's not a God that's outside of me, but he's a God that's inside of me, that's a part of me, that breathes, eats, and sleeps with me. And that's my spiritual lesson for tonight, and I'm not going to go any further with that. But light workers, again, you are a light worker. You may not have the passion to to see a person manifest like I do. Like I burn. I just get excited when people tell me. One of my clients tell me, what happened the week before. Because I always want to know what happened, since the last time we talked. And when I start hearing what they're going through, and then I remember that first encounter with them or that first session with them, and I think, wow, they are getting it. They are on their way. They are manifesting. They're happy. I hear the joy in their voices. That's what you want to hear. You want to see a person that comes in. Elizabeth wants to see a person that comes in and lay on her table that's with aches and pains and whatever. She wants to see them stand up and get up and walk out better than they came in when they laid down on that bed. Joy wants to see you love with the love that is not putting conditions, or you're not forced to love, or you got to fix anything, or you got to be afraid that you got to get it right to be loved. He wants you to just know that you're loved, and that you can express that same kind of love. All of them have their truths. Sandra wants to help you understand that there are beings all around you, at all times, that's waiting for you to ask for their assistance and ask for their help. Those are your spiritual guides. She wants to help you understand that. So, if you know a light worker, be inquisitive enough, be curious enough to inquire, what is their specialty? What is it that you're so passionate about? Because I promise you, they will tell you. If you ask them, they will tell you, because it burns in them. It burns in us to express it and to activate and to be a part of it and to be experiencing and doing what that passion is. So trust me, if you know a light worker who has a practice of some sort, ask them about it, and just see the sparks that fly all around them as they're telling you about it. And if you're smart, you will see, now how can I use this particular passion to ignite or inspire or help me with this vision of all this joy and all this bliss and all this wealth and all this health and all this happiness and all this, this awesome connection and have this wonderful relationship with my higher self and being a balanced human being and being able to manifest my life's dreams and set a goal and see it accomplished and live in the moment. How can, who can help me do that? Larry's a master meditator. He can guide you through. He can guide you. I tell him that with me, it's like I have to have somebody to help me, because if I try to meditate alone, I fall asleep. I do not know why, but I do. But Larry can help guide you through, and that's any light worker that you know, and you know them, You may not, they may not, talk about it a lot, but if you know them, ask them, and take advantage of their gifts, of their call, of their practices, of their passions, because it was given for you. It was given for each other. It was given for the collective, or for the mass, if you would. So if you know a light worker, take advantage of one. Use them. Ask them for assistance. Ask them for guidance. Ask them for their help. Ask them to come in to be a part of your journey. Ask them to help you with your journey, whatever. And if you are sitting on some of these passions that the light workers have, that something's burning in you, well, you might be a light worker, and you may want to, connect with your higher self and your higher power and your team, that spiritual team, your ancestors, and get a better understanding of it, because you came here for a reason. We all came here, and we had a purpose before we came. And a happy person is the person that's living that. A person that can find bliss is the person that's living that passion. A person that can manifest their desires and their want, they are living their passions, and they're realizing who they were and who they are and whose they are. And my desire tonight is to leave that with you, and to let you know that if you're nothing else, if you don't want to consider yourself a light worker, you are a creator. You are a co-creator. You're co-creator with me, with the universe, with higher power, with your higher self. Whether you're connected with higher self or not, you're still creating, and you're still co-creating with higher self. Because you may be separate. You may feel separated from God or the universe or whoever, your source, as we all have a different name. I know we all have a different name or different perspective that we call God and source. But whatever it is that you consider your higher self, you may feel disconnected from them at times when you go to bed, and when you're hitting rock bottom or whatever, you're feeling left out. But you know what? Source, whoever your source is never disconnected from you. Never. The only thing you need to do is turn, acknowledge, and call on, and guess what? I was waiting for you to call. That's usually what you will find when you do. If you're a person that hasn't found him yet, when you finally find that connection, it's going to be, I've been waiting for you. Where have you been? Finally, you got here. Waiting for you. That's what Source is doing, waiting for you. I love you, and I appreciate you joining me tonight for Light Workers, and I hope that you gain some understanding and something that you can use and take forward in your journey into consciousness and into this beautiful world that we live in. Crazy at times, but it's beautiful. The world that we live in, and I hope that you're blessed by something that was said, not only by me, by my guests that we had over the past few weeks. They really were excited, and they appreciated the opportunity to speak with you and share with you. You can pick up any or see any of those interviews again on thank you. Any of those interviews again on YouTube. They're on the Conscious Creators Life Coach channel. You have an opportunity to check them out there on YouTube. But I really appreciate you. I really appreciate each and every one of you being a part of my journey and the Conscious Creators journey. It's been a wonderful experience for me, and I really appreciate it. And I hope that it goes on and on and on and on and on. But you do your journeys, you take places, you take routes and turns or whatever. So we'll see whatever it is that God and my team has for us to do. We want to do it, and we want to do it, to the best of our ability. I love you all. I love each and every one of you. If there's ever a need that you see that I can help you with, directions or information, resources, identifying whatever, please let me know. If you want to get in touch with any of the people that were my guests, I can give you their contact information, and they would be happy. They would be happy to speak with you, talk with you, share with you, journey a bit with you in whatever case. I'm available. I am a life coach. I do have a few. I have just a limited practice. I don't have a slew of clients, and I don't try to have a slew, but I do have a couple of slots that I can take. So if anybody's looking for a life coach or somebody to kind of walk the journey with you, an accountability coach, I'm available for for that if that's what you're looking for. You guys have enjoy the rest of the week. Our weekend is coming up. Enjoy and be safe. I understand that you're going to have to be wearing masks a lot more often. So if you don't have a mask, give me a call. I know some people that's actually in the business that make masks, so that can hook you up with some fancy designer masks if you need them. In fact, I opened my mail today, and my insurance company sent me 2 masks. So I have a signature mask from my insurance company. So anyway, so get your mask out. Be prepared, wear them. I know at Kroger, if you shop at Kroger and you go to Walmart, everybody goes to Wally World, you got to have a mask to go in from now on. And so in my favorite store, Goodwill, well, they've always required that you have a mask. So, I was turned around once, but I'll never be turned around again. I keep a mask in my car. So if I go to Goodwill, I'm going in because I'm going to have my mask. So get your mask. Make sure that you carry it with you. Keep it with you in your purse or whatever. And use it. Use it. Whether you feel like you need to or not. If they're requiring you to get in, you got to go to Wally World. I'm sorry. And you got to have a mask to go in. So get your mask because you're going to Wally World, okay? And Kroger, that's my favorite food store. Well, Publix too. Publix haven't done that yet, but Kroger has. Nationwide, Kroger's is requiring that you have masks to get into the stores. So that's the way it's going to be. So we're going to be walking around with masks all the time from now on. So I may not get to see your beautiful smiles, but somebody had a mask the other day and it had a beautiful smile painted on it. I thought that was kind of cute. But use your mask. And I'll just imagine a smile under that mask every time I see you and I run into you. Make your eyes twinkle, and I'll be happy. I love you guys, and I will see you on Sunday for 7 at 7, 7 o'clock on Sunday for a mini life coach session. And I will see you next Thursday for the Conscious Creators Toolbox. I don't think we're going to have a guest. I'm going to try to. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but if she gets back. Maybe she'll come and talk with me. She's actually she's a yoga instructor, and she teaches people to teach yoga. So she's knows a lot of different modes of yoga. So she just teaches several modes. So we'll see if we can get her. If not, we'll get her next time. Hi, love you guys. Hey. Hi. Thanks for joining me. I love you, and I will see you next week. Remember, manifest, but manifest best. And the best way to manifest is do it on purpose. And no, oops, my bad. No, none of that. We target what we want and we manifest it. All right? You know how to do it. I've given you notes. Go back to check your notes. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Take care. God bless.